Businesses help economies grow, but their activities can also damage the environment and society. In today's lesson, we'll explore how business decisions affect our world and why responsible actions matter. Business impacts on the environment. Businesses can have a major impact on the environment through the way they produce and transport goods. Air pollution from factories and vehicles reduces air quality and contributes to health problems. Waste disposal can contaminate rivers and land if it's not treated properly. Many firms still rely on fossil fuels, which release carbon emissions and increase global warming. The movement of trucks and ships also create congestion, and large factories require significant land usage, which reduces natural green areas. Now let's look at private costs and private benefits. Private costs are the costs of an activity that are paid for directly by the business or consumer. Private costs are the expenses a business must pay when operating. The cost of land and the cost of construction are major investments needed to build a facility. The business must also pay running costs, such as wages and electricity, to keep the operation functioning. Private benefits are the financial gains a business receives from its activities. Private benefits refers to the income a business earns directly from selling its goods or services. When sales increase, the business enjoys higher revenue, which encourages growth and expansion. External costs and external benefits. External costs are negative impacts of business activity that are paid for by society, not by the business itself. External costs occur when business activity harms people who are not directly involved. Pollution and smoke from fossil fuels reduce air quality, while noise from factories and vehicles affects local communities. Business expansion can damage natural habitats, and the constant movement of goods creates congestion, increasing travel time and stress for society. External benefits. External benefits are positive impacts of business activity that society enjoys without paying for them. External benefits arise when business activity helps society. New factories create jobs, and their presence often attracts other businesses to the area. As workers earn income and spend money locally, the local economy grows and the government receives higher tax revenue, which can be used to improve public services. Now let's look at sustainable development. Sustainable development is development that doesn't put at risk the living standards of future generations. Sustainable development means achieving economic growth without harming the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Businesses can do this by using renewable energy, reducing their reliance on fossil fuels. They can also recycle waste to cut down on unnecessary use of materials. Another strategy is to use fewer resources by applying lean production methods. Companies may also develop eco-friendly products, such as biodegradable packaging. Finally, they can change their manufacturing methods by investing in cleaner technology that reduces pollution and improves efficiency. Sustainable decisions. To protect the environment, many businesses are now making sustainable decisions that focus on long-term responsibility rather than short-term profit. There are some advantages of sustainable decisions. Sustainable decisions can greatly improve a company's reputation, giving it a better brand image. Customers who care about the environment are more likely to support the business, helping it attract more buyers. Some sustainable firms can even set higher prices because consumers believe the product is more ethical. These decisions also reduce the risk of pressure group action, giving the business a stronger competitive position. However, sustainable decisions can be expensive to implement. Businesses often face higher costs, especially when buying new equipment or upgrading technology. Eco-friendly materials usually increase variable costs, and some companies struggle to find reliable sustainable suppliers. These extra expenses can lead to lower short-term profits, even if the long-term benefits are positive. Environmental pressures. Businesses do not always choose to protect the environment on their own. Sometimes consumers, pressure groups, and governments force companies to change their behavior to reduce environmental damage. Consumers. Consumers play a powerful role in influencing businesses. When a company receives bad publicity, consumers may stop buying its products. Many people now prefer to support environmentally friendly businesses and avoid products that cause harm. If sales start to fall, businesses are often forced to change their products or production methods to regain customer trust. Next, pressure groups. Pressure groups are organizations of people who work together to influence businesses or governments to adopt socially responsible policies. Pressure groups can strongly influence business behavior. They may encourage boycotts, asking consumers not to buy from certain companies. They can also organize demonstrations or collect signatures through petitions to show public concern. Many pressure groups lobby the government to introduce stricter environmental laws. With strong media coverage, they can damage a business reputation and put pressure on it to change. When pressure becomes too strong, companies often have no choice but to stop harmful practices. Legal controls. Governments introduce legal controls to reduce environmental damage and ensure businesses follow responsible practices. Governments can require businesses to avoid sensitive areas, such as national parks, when building factories. They can also make it illegal to dump waste into rivers or the sea. Some countries require businesses to create products that are easy to recycle, reducing long-term waste. If companies break these laws, they face fines or heavy penalties. Governments may also use pollution permits or carbon taxes to force firms to reduce emissions or pay extra for the pollution they create. Ethical issues. Beyond environmental responsibilities, businesses also face ethical issues that affect workers, consumers, and society. Ethical issues require businesses to consider what is morally right, not just what is profitable. Companies must ensure good working conditions and avoid harmful practices like child labor. Paying fair wages to workers and supply is also a key responsibility. Firms should dispose of waste safely and work with ethical suppliers rather than those who exploit labor. Many companies now focus on eco-friendly packaging to reduce harm to the environment. Businesses should also be careful with advertising aimed at children, as it can be easily misleading. And the last part, ethical decisions. Making ethical decisions means choosing action based on moral principles, even when they are not the most profitable in the short term. There are some advantages. Ethical decisions can significantly improve a company's reputation, helping it earn public trust. Employees feel more motivated working for a business that behaves responsibly. These decisions also increase brand awareness, attracting consumers who value honesty and fairness. However, ethical decisions often lead to higher costs, especially when buying fair trade or sustainable materials. Providing better pay and benefits to employees also increase expenses. Some ethical businesses experience lower short-term profits and find it harder to compete against companies with lower unethical costs. So this chapter shows how businesses must balance profit with responsibility towards the environment and society. For full revision videos on every business studies topic, visit my YouTube channel to watch the complete lessons. I hope it was helpful. Bye bye. See you in the next video.